So today we're going to speak a little bit about this word that it keeps on getting repeated, which is dissolution. And what does it imply? So grossly, to dissolve something, it's to change its shape and to dilute it and makes it disappear. Something which had a form, substance, visible, then becomes so thin that it becomes invisible, disappears. So in the sense, we use it in the sense of disappearing. When we talk about dissolution, we talk about dissolution of the character, the individual. And this individual, this character, doesn't really actually have a form. So if you remember your childhood or you observe others, you will see that it is a constant pulling towards definition. So the definition about what can be observed of that individual, so bodily characteristics, emotional characteristics, mental characteristics. As you try to define an image, or others are helping you define it by pointing it out, what you call good, what you call bad. This is giving shape, giving a form to that which is shapeless, formless. So this need to define myself comes from this lack of definition. And the more you define something, the more you pull and try to appear in a certain way, the more hardening you're making that become. So habit patterns, desires, all of those things, they are the hardened layers that apparently compose this individual structure. And this is what walks towards dissolution. And dissolution in our context is this the individual eyes are moved towards, they are pointing upwards towards the divine. Because, well, many people lose their personality, and that doesn't mean they're getting enlightened. So this looking upwards makes the difference. But not just that. It is quite common that people tend to look at spiritual teachings in the same way they have looked at everything else in their lives, as a way to define themselves. And they start studying and start adapting themselves to the teachings and this and that. And their intent is more or less the same. They want to become a new me with different characteristics, different language, different behavior, all of that which they believe it is more suitable. Why does this happen? Because of the need for recognition. Behind that is the need for the happiness, it is believed, that comes through recognition. And the better the image is, the better and the greater will be the reward, the recognition. This is one of the basic premises of worldly life, that it is taken into spiritual life. It's not really spiritual life, it is spiritual circumstances, because spiritual life begins when your attitude, your motivation is in the right place. And that can take many lifetimes also, can be fast. but it can be very slow, depends on your maturity. So if spiritual teachings are being taken in and you're rebuilding yourself with them, with the same motives and motivations, as you are taking care of daily life, whatever that means, if you're building yourself, a new self, nothing, absolutely nothing has changed. Just different bricks for the same wall. Sometimes this process is needed, but the seeker bears in mind that this new me, which is coming out of that by the absence of the old me, is unimportant, useless. This transition, it's not because of the new me, it is just a byproduct of my deconstruction of the old me. It's just a product of closing the old me's avenues, the paths that ye undertake into the direction of the satisfaction of worldly desires, worldly goals, recognition, self-importance, love, all of those things. So this new me, it's not an intended character, it's an accidental one. And it will not last, of course. Because dissolution is about transcending both. And this new me, this is very easy to transcend because it cannot get hard enough if this is being built by accident. If your focus is in deconstructing and this new me is just a byproduct. But if this deconstruction is the byproduct of the new construction, so if you're focused in constructing a new me and the deconstruction is just a byproduct, then you're just changing for the same. So the focus of the seeker of truth is deconstruction, and what appears to be manifesting is just a byproduct of that deconstruction. And when this old me has no more hard edges, this new me will not have it also, because there's no hopes associated with this new me. He's not a means to anything. It's just a byproduct. So dissolution is unavoidable. But if by any chance this new me is not a byproduct, the deconstruction of the old is the byproduct, then I'm just reinforcing a new structure, because I'm putting in this new structure the hopes of the satisfaction of desires.